What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about Fusion 360, and Fusion 360 is an integrated computer-aided drawings and computer-aided manufacturing software. Some of the primary uses of Fusion 360 is it's just a modeling environment. It's a 3D modeling environment. It allows users to create models in 3D and then provides the tools to prepare those models for manufacturing uh, in sheet metal, um, milling, and even 3D printers. It has special abilities to do simulations and import electronics and creating the documentation as well. So the cost of Fusion 360 um, is going to be $60 for the monthly, month to month, or $495 for a year, or $1,335 for 3 years. So as you can see, if you plan to send it to full send into the software, if you do the multiple years, you get a price break. But this is just for corporate use. So what you can do to start out is you can download the free trial. And once you get in the free trial, you set up your account. I've already done this, so I can't show you, but it sets up, you set up your account, and when you pull up Fusion 360, it will pull up what what you need to do to link your account as a hobbyist, if you're doing this for a hobby like I am. But we need to know kind of what the specs are. So you need to have either Windows or an Apple Mac OS running current versions, or at least Mac, it's Catalina 10.5 or Windows 8.1. Your CPU needs to be a 64-bit processor with at least 4 cores and preferably an i3 or AMD Ryzen 3 or greater. You got to have at least 4 gigs of RAM and an integrated graphics card with at least 6 gigabytes or more. If you have a dedicated graphics card, that's great. It's just going to run smoother. You've got to have at least 3 gigs of storage and a decent monitor. You've got to have some internet to download and a mouse of some kind is definitely preferred. So let's get into it. So today we're going to model up a birdhouse. I'm going to teach you how to model a birdhouse. So here we have the create a sketch. So we're going to come down here to this top plane. So over here we see this is kind of our cube. So the cube is where we are in respect to the world. So we have different planes. So we have a top plane, which is this one right here. We have a front plane, and then we have a left plane, or if you come over here, it's the right plane. So we're going to start our birdhouse with the base. So we're going to come look down on the birdhouse. So Fusion 360 is going to pull us up into this view. And to make our lives easier, we're going to click this 2-point rectangle, and we're going to come over here to this little sketch palette that comes out, and we're going to click the center rectangle. So we're going to always, it's much easier to define your sketches using the origin. So we're going to come here to the origin, and we're going to draw our sketch. And so now we're going to come over here, and we're going to click the sketch dimension, and we're going to build our birdhouse 4 inches by 5 inches. Okay, so now we're going to zoom in a little bit, and now we're going to come over here to the solid, and we're going to extrude this up. So if we're going to make this, I've got some 1/2 inch plywood lying around the house. So I'm going to extrude it 1/2 inch because that's the plywood we have. And over here, instead of clicking enter, we're going to create a new component. right off the bat, because each of these are separate pieces that we're gonna build later when we make this in real life. So now we have our base of the birdhouse. So now we're gonna create the front door. So we're gonna click on top of that top sketch plane again and click Create Sketch. We're gonna click the 2-point rectangle and we're gonna let it lock into this corner, and we're gonna come over here and let it lock onto this side. Okay, and now we're gonna click the sketch dimension and we're gonna dimension this distance right here. So that is also 0.5 because that's the material we have. And then we're gonna click solid and we're gonna extrude it up. So we're gonna click the plane and we're gonna pull it up. So this front doorway is gonna be 3 inches high. And we're gonna click over here to operation and click new component. Okay, so see how it didn't join? There's 2 separate faces because we clicked new component. And if you look over here at our tree, we can see that there's 2 separate components over here. So now we need to do our ridge line for our roof. So we're going to click on this plane, create sketch, and we're going to draw a line. So we're going to come up here a little bit, place our point, place a little line, and then we're going to come out here and just point it out there. So now we're going to sketch dimension this. We're going to dimension it as 45 degrees. That's what we want our ridge line to be. Okay, and now we're going to click this line and we're going to click coincident and we're going to click right here. And now that locks that line in place. Okay, and now we need to get this on the other side. Oh, but look, our center point got changed. So this guy, oopsies, Control Z. So we need to midpoint this guy. This guy, we want to be the midpoint of this line. Perfect. And now we need to draw another line. And we're going to come over where we're going to use the mirror tool because that's faster. So we click our line and we're going to mirror it. Boop. Just like that. All right. And now we can extrude this face. So because we made that line all the way through, it's coming over. So now we need to go to the extent, and we're going to go to to object. We're going to click this back plane, just like that. And this time, we're going to leave the operation as join. Because as you can see, this one's transparent. This piece is solid because we want that piece as one solid piece, just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to mirror this right now. So we come over here to create. We're going to come down here to mirror. And we click components. We're going to click this component. We're going to choose our mirror plane. And because we chose the origin as the center of our rectangle, we just get to come over here and click this front plane. Boop. And it pops it on the back just like that. Perfect. So now we're starting to see the shape of our birdhouse. So now we need to let's create our front door real quick. So we're going to choose. So it pulls the center line up. And we're going to come about this high. And then we're also going to put a little perch for them to perch on. Okay, and then we're going to dimension these. So we're going to do 2.5 inch hole. And I've got a 3/8 dowel at my house. So we're just going to do 3/8. So I don't really like how close these two are. So we're just going to drag this guy down a little bit. Let's do a 2-inch hole. There we go. Pull this up just a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to cut these out. So we use the same feature, which is the extrude feature. And we're going to extrude, but this time we're going to go backwards. So again, we're going to choose the to object and click the back face. And so that automatically changes this operation to cut. So we're going to cut these holes out. And then we're going to click OK. So there we have our front door with our perch And so now we're going to finish with the perch. So we need to come on this inside to sketch it. So we're just going to use the inspect tool, and we're going to choose the section analysis. So that way it allows us to see through things. See how that back wall is completely gone? It shows the hatch lines as it was there. And we're going to click create sketch, click on the inside of our front door, and we're just going to do a circle and just match it with that one. Just like that. Finish sketch, and then come over here to extrude. We're going to click on the extrude, and we're going to pull it this way. So see how it's negative? Because from this original plane, it was over here. And so now, this length is only 1.5 inches out. So we want to go negative 2.5 because we want 2 inches sticking out for the birds to stand on. But we need to choose a new operation, a new component, because it's the perch. Click OK. And now we want to see the rest of our house again, our birdhouse. So we're going to come over here to analysis on the tree, and we're going to hide it. So we close the eyeball so we can't see it. And now we're going to build our roof line. So we come up here, and we're going to sketch on this face again, on the front door face. And we're going to come up and down. And we're going to come over and down, just like that. So as you can see, our lines aren't right. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this. We're going to click the collinear line. We're going to click this line right there. So that just made it perfect with that line. And now these lines we need to make parallel. So we're going to click this and click this. And that straightened it out. And now we're going to dimension this end right here. So that's also out of our 1/2 inch plywood. And there we have it. Starting to look like a birdhouse, isn't it? So now we're going to mirror. We're going to choose this line. Oops. We're going to choose the objects we're going to mirror, which would be this line and this line and this line. And we're going to mirror them about the center line right here. And click OK. And now we're going to go over to the solid and extrude. So we need to click here. We need to choose our faces. And this time, when we go to direction, we're going to do 2 sides because I want it to hang out about a 1/2 inch over. We're going to go 1 inch over the front door. And the back door, we're just going to come over. So that's 5 inches. So let's just come over a 1/2 inch. So let's go 5 inches, 5.5 inches. And then again, we're going to choose the operation and choose new component. Oh, no, that's not right. We're going to come back over here. Sorry. We're going to take this line out. And we need to extrude this surface single. We don't want both of them yet. We don't want to mirror them yet. Got ahead of myself. So we're going to come over 1 inch. And then we're going to extrude 5.5 inches. Perfect. Create a new component. Click OK. Okay, we're starting to see it now. So now we're going to go back over here to this analysis, and we're going to show the analysis again because we need our wall for our house. So we're going to click on this face again, and then we're going to choose a 2-point rectangle. We're going to come over here in this corner and come down. Boom. We don't want any water getting in the bird's house. So we choose 1/2 inch again, and we're going to show our analysis again. We're going to hide it, and then we're going to click this line, click our face that we want to extrude, distance to object, this back wall, operation, new component, and click OK. And now we're going to mirror those things that I almost did earlier. So we need to mirror the roof and the side wall. And the mirror plane is going to be the right plane. We're going to click OK. And there you have it. There's our birdhouse. So if we wanted to, we could add some color. So just press A, and it'll pull up your appearances. And we can come down here to wood, and Fusion has lots of different wood types that we can use. So let's come over to, let's do this pine, and you just click and drop, click and drop, click and drop, click, drag, and let go. It's really easy. Click, drag, and drop. And so then, just for kicks, we're going to do a red roof. So we'll do this 3D printed pine, 3D pine on the roof. And we have, mine is, it's oak, my dowel. So there we go. Here is your first birdhouse. And in the next video, we are going to talk about how to make a drawing of this. So if we were going to give this as a plan to somebody, what would they need to do to make this? What information would they need? And Fusion 360 will create the drawings for that. That way they can recreate it themselves in the real world. They need one of these pieces, one of these pieces, one of these pieces, one of these pieces, one of these pieces. And you can go through and name each one of these. So we can come over here, and this is the floor. And we can hide the floor. So there's the floor. The floor is gone. So we can see in our house. And so this is the, right here, this is the front door. Just double click on that. Front door, or front wall. And then this is the back wall. We have our perch for the birds to rest on. We have our roof. Roof on the left side. We have, this is our roof on the right side. Right side. Then we have our wall left side, and then our wall on the right side. Perfect. And you can hide each one of these individually. So sometimes you don't need to use that section analysis tool, but it's a good thing to know both. So there's our birdhouse. Thanks for watching with me, and next time we will talk about doing drawings. So you come over here and you can create a drawing from the design, and we'll go over more detail that for our birdhouse later. Thanks for watching.